We are live.
And I'm recording.
Yes. Okay. All right. The issue last week was that Danny was.
Dude, I couldn't even send it.
Only one recording doesn't help us. We need both of you to turn your key,
and it wouldn't go.
All right. We're live. No, this is okay. This is the people's business now.
It's good though. It's good though that we all have to be accountable for it. Like if with one of us it doesn't work, and it's important that all three are here.
Okay,
Danny, what are you looking at?
Slow motion sneezing.
Slow motion sneezing
in a mask or out of a mask?
No, just regular, good old fashioned, the 2017 open air sneezing in slow motion.
Ew.
There's a lot of shit coming out. A woman sneezed next to me at dinner last night. That's what got me thinking about it.
In your house?
What is the title? What does the title say? This is News AF. What does the title say?
See the vile amount. No, I didn't put it in.
I'll change it after here.
You can't put it in there because it's a 2017 video.
No. I'm just saying it's about how it's too related to masks.
Oh, okay.
But I just like seeing the slow motion without it, just because it's like a good reminder of how gross humans are. I mean, your microbial cloud is giant and follows you everywhere you go, and sneezing just adds to the amount of stuff.
Like Pigpen, like everybody is like a Pigpen from Charlie Brown.
Oh, with all all the flies,
cloud going all over,
the stuff going around. That's funny that I remember that. Oh my gosh, guys, that's so gross. What is that person doing? Oh, all right, this is terrible. I shouldn't watch this. Making me sweat.
I got to change the title on this video right now.
Okay, so what do we have to do?
You have to do nothing. It's fine. That right now though, people are under the impression that we're going to talk about Big Brother All-Star rumors. Tyson, you want to not give us all your Big Brother All-Star rumors right now?
Yeah, I heard they're actually canceling it all because they had a couple people die, crew members that got in.
No. Listen, this isn't Facebook. You can't just say whatever you want.
Okay.
This is News AF. We're a respected...
It was a duel. It was they challenged each other to a duel. It was crazy. And they got these fencing swords now.
It was Hamilton inspired.
Yeah, it was Hamilton inspired, which is crazy.
That's hot right now.
Yeah. So Big Brother canceled for the season, and you're just supposed to watch reruns of Survivor.
Okay. If you refresh it, it'll be the right title now. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. All right. So that being said, you ready? You ready to do Big Brother News AF? Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Be interested to hear how many things about Big Brother does Danny know? That
would be so fun.
I think the over under would be 3.5. If Danny three facts or anything Big Brother related.
No, but that because you can get really general. Like I've only seen one season of Big Brother. Really,
okay, but that's you.
Yeah, but. It's like Survivor. Like even people who are like, I've never seen that show. It's like, yeah, but you could tell me the entire premise, and they're like, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Big Brother's almost in that same.
I would be interested to know, what does Danny know about Big Brother?
Okay, before we get started, Danny, tell us.
Hey, so I may have seen snippets. I don't know how they win. I don't know how they get evicted. I know they do get evicted, so that's one thing, right? Does that count?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know that they have a confessional room. Is that correct? Like they go into like a little
they do have a room where they do confessionals,
and they have to talk extra loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I think they do challenges. Do they do challenges?
They do challenges. Yes,
they do. 3, boom.
Okay, all right. That wasn't super impressive, Danny.
No, I've never watched an entire episode.
Lucky.
Yeah, they have gravity also.
We all have gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I'm Rob Cesternino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here on the final week of July 2020 here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news.
Yeah, that's right. We're here and ready to go on another national holiday here in the United States of America. It's National Lasagna Day. National Lipstick Day, and National Chicken Wing Day. And the man who's here to celebrate here with us is Tyson Apostle. Tyson, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing better now, knowing that Garfield's living it up today, eating all that lasagna. Did you get that
great
reference?
day for Garfield.
got
Luckily for Garfield, National Lasagna Day falls on a Wednesday, not on a Monday. He hates Mondays, but even Garfield loves Danny Monday. Danny Bryson.
Good afternoon. Chicken wings. I can support Chicken Wing Day, although I'm always disappointed by how much meat is actually on a chicken wing. You really got to fight.
So it's wings only, no drumsticks. Would you eat chicken wings in lipstick?
Chicken. I think we've covered
lipstick on the chicken wings, or Danny would wear lipstick and then
he would wear lipstick.
Didn't KFC make fried chicken lipstick? I feel like this is a story we've covered. If not, it should be a story we cover in the future. But I swear that KFC came out with a cosmetic line.
They did, but it was nails. It was fingernail.
Oh, was it nails?
Polish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, lipstick and chapstick is an obvious chicken wing KFC product.
So you're thinking KFC flavored lipstick.
Actually, no, chapstick. And this is why it's the perfect product, because you'll be licking your lips all the time. You'll need more chapstick. Lick your lips, more chapstick, lick your lips. I mean, it just never ends.
Chapstick.
Sitting on a pile of money, the Colonel will be at his house in Kentucky. And what a lucky guy if he can do this and do it quickly.
Very quickly before we do it.
Well, do we have the means? Do we have a cosmetic connection? Do you know anyone, Tyson, that can make chapstick?
What about a Goop?
Oh, Goop. If only.
$80, $80 a chapstick tub.
At least, dude. You could double it as a jade egg that also can be opened up and be used for chapstick. Why not get a two for charge twice as much?
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to probably contact Mark Cuban in the Shark Tank with that idea. And I guess this will probably be the last News AF ever if this jade egg /
We wouldn't just keep doing it for fun?
I mean,
we would, but sporadically. I don't think we'd be on it every week. Because we'd be private jet setting all over, just hanging out, high-fiving about our stupid idea that made a bunch of money.
Yeah. Can I give a quick update about what's going on at my house, in addition to my children screaming, which you may be able to hear because all the doors are open, but that's for a reason. The air conditioning is broken at my house.
No.
And yes, and yes, it is July here in the Valley. And believe we are going into a warmer. It's been extremely hot, and I believe the temperatures are rising here in the next couple days. And I've been through worse. I've had a lot of setbacks in my life. Not everybody here is doing great.
How come
air conditioning?
Are you wearing 2 layers of shirts still? Even though
it's the morning. It's not. It doesn't really get super hot until
by the end of the day.
1 o'clock.
Are you in your boxers only?
No.
Are you able to sleep at night and fall asleep?
I'm fine.
Is it too hot?
I'm fine. But I have a co-inhabitant here who runs hot.
Yeah, and then that coupled with no air conditioning is double hot, right?
Yes, my cohabitant that my kids are out of control right now, and I have no idea what my co-inhabitant is doing right now. But it's not a great situation because it's uncomfortable. I'll give you that. I will say in this room here we do have temperature control if necessary. But I'm really just the middle person in between. It's not my house. It's not my repair to make.
Right.
Whatever you do, all of the members of your family should never gather in one room, because I feel like that heats the room really quick.
Yeah,
so you're saying that in your office you have temperature control?
Yes.
But you haven't all just moved into the office?
I've invited everyone to join me, but they that is not where they want to be. They just wanted everything to be fixed.
Well, it sounds like you have done your part and the ball's in their court now, right?
We're all on the same page, but my landlord has been continuing to get more estimates on this job. And there are other parties involved that feel like that they should have just done the job on the first estimate.
Yes.
And but it's not their money. So,
Dude, the good news is you're gonna sweat yourself down to your old resting weight.
yeah, the sauna. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. All right. So that's what's going on here. It's very unpleasant.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
sorry.
hope
Pray for
things,
Rob.
pray for Rob. Hashtag
Thank you.
pray
I
for Rob.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I hope things
Um,
get better, and I'm
yeah.
sending love and light your way.
Yes, and if you would like to hear more updates on this, you could follow my wife on Instagram, who's been posting insta tantrums.
And what's that handle?
I believe she's is she Nicole Sesternino on the Insta?
I think she is, but she's like Nicole Loves Shoes on Twitter, right?
No, Nicole Sess what? I believe that that Nicole Sesternino is too many characters for Twitter, but we're losing people. People are very bored with this story. Okay.
All
right.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, check out the Insta tantrums over on the Insta. All right, but let's talk about something serious that's been going on, where a lot of people in the United States of America have been receiving mysterious packages coming from overseas, from China. And Danny, people are receiving packages of mysterious seeds from China.
Yeah, I planted mine.
No, you were not supposed to.
Oh, I'd fucking plant that shit in a heartbeat, dude. Are you kidding me? Nature with Tyson here. You get some mysterious seeds. You've never heard the story Jack and the Beanstalk?
No, don't plant the seeds.
Dude, you just don't know what it really is. It could be a well-intentioned person trying to give me the most beautiful invasive species ever known to man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I planted them all over.
You gotta plant them, dude.
I just, flew in the helicopter, threw them out the window. Just thought, dude, I need to share this with people. If it was so important, someone in China needed to share this with me, then I obviously need to turn around and share it with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. People are getting seeds and people are freaked out. What are they doing?
You gotta plant them. You gotta.
What's going on here? Is this like what is happening? Why did people in the United States and in the UK start getting these seeds mysteriously showing up in the door? Are people trying to plant them, and then this is like some sort of a plot, a scam, a Trojan horse to plant dangerous plants in the United States?
You should never accept uninvited seed from someone else.
No,
like as a rule, just don't do it, because what I said earlier,
even
was
if
all
it's consensual.
Joke. It's all a joke. That I would not plant any of these. Wouldn't even open the package. I mean, it sounds like it's almost not a harmless scam. But it's not biological warfare with seeds, right, Rob? You want to read the rest of the story to kind of give some clarity to this?
So this is part one of the story, where people are getting these seeds and people are very concerned about what is happening here. There was the Washington State Department of Agriculture went to their Facebook page, told people do not plant these seeds. This is agricultural smuggling. Reported to the USDA, maintain the seeds and packaging until the USDA instructs you what to do with the packages and the seeds. They may be evidence because that people are concerned. This could be perhaps something harmful that could be planted. But upon further review, it looks like that it's actually a devious plot, but not to infect the United States with dangerous plants. But it may be part of a way to seed Amazon with bogus reviews, because Tyson, that what the people who are getting the seeds, that it counts as like receiving a package, and it allows scammers to write verified purchase reviews on Amazon.
Ooh,
super important, by the way. I was just looking at a review yesterday, and there were so few verified user reviews, I completely ignored the product. So
really, I ignore the reviews.
Well, now I know to ignore the reviews.
Yeah,
verified.
I've always ignored the reviews because I get lots of great stuff, and it's like 3 stars.
You can't ignore the reviews. You have to. If there's enough reviews, I think that they can give you a general idea of how good the product is.
If there's like 10,000 reviews,
I think less than 10,000.
If there's 1,000 reviews,
what's the minimum amount of reviews?
400.
400.
Yeah, I would agree with that. 400, 4 to 500.
Yeah,
4 to 500. Okay, and you throw out the verified ones. What if it has
you
a
don't-
nice paragraph? What if it's a nice paragraph?
You don't throw out the verified ones, but you can read through some of them, and some of them are so generic, you know that they
Yeah,
haven't.
If
they're-
it's
you know they're
generic,
fake.
I'm not counting it. I
Yeah.
throw it out.
And then the other thing too is that you got to read through them and see if it's just like one person's like, I got this, but the color was a little bit more purplier than it showed in the thing. So 2 stars. And you're like, it's still the point of the product isn't how purpley it is. The point of the product is that it's a phone case.
Yeah.
So so that's like some of those you got to read through them. And you got to I read the negative ones and see what the people that are negative are saying about it. Because if it's something minute where they're just like docked 4 stars because it came 1 hour later than the 10 stop heads up that Amazon gave me, then you're like, oh, that doesn't even count. So
What's interesting about this is are they trying to get good reviews on a seed? Like,
So, yeah, it's not so much on the seed. This is a scam known as brushing. That's the name of it. I'm not sure why it's called brushing. I don't know if they send people brushes, but it's not necessarily only seeds that they send. You might end up getting a package. This is from the Phil Wilson from the North Carolina Department of Agriculture, who says that seeds are just one way that they do this. You could receive other items such as rubber bands, plastic toys, or empty bags that they send them to you, and then it shows that you received a package from them, and then I guess that's how they end up saying that you are a verified purchaser.
So then they hack your Amazon account to give themselves a review? Or, I mean, I still don't understand the connection through a stranger receiving a package and a verified review.
So so I think what they do is that on the package, the person who is sending you the package says they sent you and the item that the verified review is going to be. So you get the package, it's seeds, but it says it was a Nintendo Switch, and then that they're able to then write the review as a verified purchaser of the Nintendo Switch.
Wow, a lot of work for some good reviews for your crappy product that the minute people start buying them, we're going to sniff out it was a bunch of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to do this for positive reviews, you really are pushing garbage out on Amazon.
I mean, they literally are. I mean,
they're sending out garbage. I mean,
send you the garbage.
I saw that some people got sunflower seeds, so that's a delicious treat.
Yes.
Those won't even plant because they've been treated, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, you're this desperate. Amazon is a sea of garbage. It's basically the yard sale of the internet.
By the way, Danny, it's happening in Utah. At least 40 Utah residents have received similar packages with no explanation.
Not me.
So should the news come out and say everybody plant your seeds and see if anything grows from any of them?
No, I still don't think you should plant the seeds.
You should never, Tyson, plant an unidentified seed.
Well, listen to me and let me know if I can.
Okay.
I live in Arizona where it is
nothing grows there.
Dry and so hot that nothing grows here without either being indigenous or being helped by humans constantly. So I feel like I could plant it in a pot on my patio out of curiosity, see what it is, and then decide to just let it die in the heat or continue to be a parent to this plant that it so desperately wants and maybe deserves. So if everybody could send their seeds to me.
Oh my gosh, I would not invite this. You want people, strangers sending you their seed?
You know how many verified reviews you're going to have on Amazon?
I mean,
Don't do it, Tyson. I know you're saying you feel like Arizona is a protective barrier against the rest of the United States due to its harsh conditions. It can keep us all safe. But I wouldn't bet my money on that.
Yeah, but I think that what Tyson is saying is that the conditions are so harsh in Arizona. Send Tyson all the seeds. He'll bury them. They won't grow.
They won't grow. We can bury them and get rid
put
of
them in the ground. In Arizona, you put seeds in the ground to die, Danny.
Yeah.
To kill them.
Oh, it's a death sentence for a plant to be sent to Arizona.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I see what you're saying. Safely incinerate them, through natural means.
Yeah. Put them back into the earth where they belong.
from dust they began, and from dust whence they will return.
Oh, that's a good quote.
Thanks. I just came up with it. I think there is a quote along those lines, but I totally butchered it.
Okay. Yeah, brushing. Gotta be on the lookout for.
Why can't I get brushed with like an iPhone? Like they just send me an iPhone. That would be nice.
Would you turn on the iPhone if you just got a mysterious iPhone?
Dude, for sure. And it would infect
Just
all
start
the
using
electronic
it?
devices.
Yeah, it's not in
my-
packaging or anything. It's just like in like a bubble wrapped envelope, and you can tell that it's been turned on before.
Sets off an EMP that burns all the circuits in my house. Probably. What a nightmare that would be. Maybe it'd be a blessing in disguise. It'd be like, you know what? No, I don't even have to try.
It would be back to your roots where you're just like, okay, we're cooking over the fire in the backyard. Ignore the lawnmower next door.
Kids, bring me the paper maps. I've kept them in storage.
So be on the lookout for things that show up at your door that you did not order. Okay.
And if you plant them, please document it so we can, quell some of this curiosity.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about another big story that we need to get into today. Nature with Tyson, the hit Instagram series, made Tyson Apostle a household name when it comes to wildlife. Tyson is wearing some Nature with Tyson merch today.
Right.
But Tyson, there is another animal that is in danger that could need your help.
Yeah.
And this is a native inhabitant of Lake Titicaca.
Already interests are piqued.
The interests are piqued. The scrotum frog.
You gotta save the scrotum frog, dude. Is that in Guatemala? Is Titicaca in Guatemala?
I believe it's on the border of Peru and Bolivia.
Okay. Okay, so scrotum frog is its English. There's no way that's what is it called? What's its Spanish name? Like, I feel like this might be a lost in translation type of thing.
I believe
it's like
I believe in Spanish it is known as the cajone frog.
No, I think it's probably called like loose skin frog, and then some guys like, dude, that's basically scrotum. That's the word for scrotum.
It's called el scrotum.
Scroto. El
El
scroto.
scroto. El scrotumo. Let me.
I just want to know what bro.
Picture. Yeah.
I just want to know what bro was in charge of translating this from
Google.
its Spanish name to
How
English.
do you say scrotum in Spanish?
Yes. So the scrotum frog is not the official name. That is the nickname of this frog from CNN.com.
I was right. I said scroto.
Escroto.
Oh, escroto. Okay.
Okay.
So wait, that was the nickname given to it by all the young backpackers who have seen it.
Yeah. Let me Google this.
Yeah.
So I can look at a picture.
No, I believe the scrotum frog is one of nature's many wonders, Danny, because I believe that what happens is that when the frog is out of the water, it has very loose skin around it. But then when it jumps into cold water, then the skin becomes very tight.
I can't tell where the story ends and the joke begins when you're talking to me right now, Rob. Okay, I just can't. I don't want to click on this link in our document
drastically
because it's
based
so
on
long.
the temperature of the water. Yes,
and how aroused it is sexually.
Tyson just did an image search for scrotum frog. I can't even imagine
what that come up with.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of frogs with loose skin, and they're not a bad looking frog. They just have a little bit of extra foreskin,
Why are they endangered? Medicinal use.
Let's see. Dying breed, live science.
Because they're a funny gift, white elephant gift to give at Christmas. Backpackers are stepping on them when they do their infinity water shots at Lake Titicaca.
These things can grow up to 2 pounds in size.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe they're being used for scroto frog sandwiches. The delicatessen
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Bolivia.
find out, dude.
The population decline
It's
started in 2016. 10,000 of the frogs died suddenly, and they believe it's because of pollution. Sludge and solid waste was
solid
what was being
waste.
reported. Yes.
Dude,
And
that'll kill
the
anything.
sewage runoff may have played a role in their deaths.
That makes sense. That's sad. Put
And
that on the
people
list.
also believe them to be aphrodisiacs when concocted.
Boom, dude, a double. I mean, they're getting it from both sides.
Yeah.
Sewage, solid waste going in one side, and then
I mean, if you're looking at a frog that looks like a scrotum, you're assuming that it's going to give you some type of sexual power.
And the minute someone thinks that, I mean, they're just
over.
buying that up in China.
That's bad.
And,
So
you don't want to be listed ever as, you don't want anything, any animal, anything to be listed as an aphrodisiac because boom, it's extinct.
yeah, it's a brushing scam. It's nature's brushing scam.
Yeah, the second that's the way it works. The second that there's the frog right there, picture of it.
There he is.
But that's
there
a weird picture. There's some better pictures of those things that don't look as bizarre.
I've said it before, and
bizarre.
I'll say it again. Insecure men have destroyed a lot of animals' lives.
Mhm.
And women's.
Yeah.
And they've destroyed women's lives too. Insecure men have destroyed women's lives.
Oh, I see. There's animals,
yeah.
lots of animals, exotic animals have suffered under insecure men and women. Yeah. And
Yes.
actually the world as a whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the scrotum frog is just the most recent example. Solid waste and insecure men are leading to its destruction.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
really
Danny, will
sad.
you adopt some scrotum frogs?
Will they eat the Chinese seed?
Yeah,
I
if somebody
don't know.
sends
Like-
me these in a mystery package, I will take care of them.
You'll
Would you take
them.
Would you take a
Tadpoles?
scrotum frog, Tyson, that shows up on your doorstep from China with no explanation?
Yeah,
Did you bring it to your home?
Yeah, but the scrotum frog would never survive in Arizona. The temperatures I looked at were much cooler than what Arizona actually has, and on top of that, it's a water-dwelling frog, meaning that it really should
no
be in
water in
water most of the
Arizona.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So the scientific name is the Telmatobius cell. Hold on.
Can't even say it
Do we have
It's
to
a
restart
terrible
the
name.
entire
No.
podcast?
No, why?
because you can't pronounce the name.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
redo the name on
Yeah.
one go.
Yes. Telmatobius.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know.
No one will ever want to save an animal with a name.
That's why
like
they
that.
call it scrotum frog.
Escroto. Or
Yeah, but why
in
did they give it a
Spanish,
cute name? Then people get on board.
escroto.
Mm-hmm.
If English speakers call it escroto and Spanish speakers call it scrotum frog, then we don't really, the joke isn't there. Do you get it,
Mm-hmm.
Danny?
No, I was still thinking about the name.
So
And
let's
that-
say
like,
we
who
call
created
it,
that name?
let's say we call it scroto,
Okay,
Mhm.
escroto. That's not funny to us.
that's
And
kind of funny.
scrotum to the Spanish speakers probably isn't
I see
funny
what
to
you're saying.
them.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. They don't. Neither person or group understands the name,
definition,
and the joke
yes.
of the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eh.
Yeah, the scrotum frog is also known as an indicator species that they can tell a lot about the health of the
The
environment based on how the scrotum frog is doing.
Do you want to know what other indicator species there are?
Yeah, what are the
I think
indicators?
sharks. I think a lot of sharks are indicator species.
Hmm.
As soon as the shark population declines, they know something's going down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like on the tippy top end of like, shit, we got to fix it quick or other stuff's going to die.
All
What a
right.
sad story.
All right.
Let's move
Well,
on.
Do you think
Great.
we could start some type of like save the scrotum and then frog in parentheses and raise some money for this thing? What do we got to do to save the scrotum?
Boy.
Eliminate people from around Lake Titicaca.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little
Too
a lot of
complicated,
things that-
Tyson.
yeah, we need to save right now.
It looks
Yeah.
like Denver Zoo is taking a bunch of them, and
Okay.
That's
and
good.
so if something happens to the species in its native area, we have its offspring that we can.
And you know,
then-
the frog will be a big hit at the zoo for boys between the ages of 13 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll have an audience.
Okay.
Do you think that they're hard to hold because their skin's so loose that they just keep slipping out of your
I think
hand?
it depends on how cold it is, Tyson.
Okay. I guess so.
All right. All right. Well, we're talking about the seeds that are spreading around the world. Let's talk about the case of the world's most identical twins who share a boyfriend because they are hoping to become simultaneously or as close to it in terms of being pregnant at the same time, Danny.
I just
Are
like one
you
of them.
interested in the story?
Don't you feel like if I was one of these twins, I feel like I would want to break away and have my own life, my own boyfriend, my own house. You know, like it's got to be exhausting. They probably wear the same clothes. I mean, everything about these people is identical, and it's because
they like it.
their mom probably dressed them up in the same outfits when they were young, and then it just moved on into adulthood. Now they share everything, including the same man, and they're going to share the same pregnancies. That's an exhausting way to live, trying to mirror somebody else all the time.
I don't think they look at it that way, Danny.
Well, I guess to each his own, but I mean, how's this guy going to do it too? I hope they're using a lab because I don't know if you could naturally like sling it simultaneously. I don't know how to describe the process, but I don't see how the guy's going to do this. I mean, how much time is allowed?
Sling it before?
No, I'm just throwing that in there because I'm like, what's he going to do? He's going to do the Starbucks guy. You know, remember the guy who loved to go to Starbucks and got tons of, like, is he just put it in a cup and give them each a Dixie cup filled with
I doubt. I suspect not.
Like, go to a doctor if you're going to do this, and if you really want the best results and have it done professionally. Don't do it in like a dirty bathroom at a coffee shop. There's so much about this story that bothers me. These people, what kind of a life is this?
Yeah.
What's worse, Danny? Valentine's Day or this?
This is only happening once to some people I don't know. Valentine's Day happens every year to me, someone I do know very well.
Yeah.
Someone who does not like Valentine's Day. But this is just, I mean, the guy's going to have, what if they have twins? So what if he has 4 babies born simultaneously?
Yeah, I'd be more concerned with this man's financial status. Is he sound enough to take care of these children? All of that. Yeah.
So the plan is right now they want to experience pregnancy together. They want to do everything in life together. We'll die together. We'll grow old together. That's kind of creepy.
That's what I mean. That's what I was trying to hit at, is that this is a weird life to live.
But they admitted that they may have to go down the IVF route. They're going to freeze their eggs at the same time. It'll be a challenge, but they want to be pregnant at the same time. So here's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about one woman, the pregnancy takes, the other woman, it doesn't for whatever reason. And this is going to completely drive a wedge of
100%.
How could we, you didn't get pregnant. Oh, well, why are you pregnant without me? It's going to be the end of this whole situation.
And then this guy's going to have to choose which one he wants to go with. And being a man, he'll go with the one that's not pregnant.
I don't know. Maybe he's going to want the one that's carrying his child, Danny.
It's a messy. They're going to create a giant mess. Like you said, if it doesn't work out as they think it will.
Yes. These 2 women are from Perth in Australia.
Yeah.
So they're sisters, and they share a bed with their partner, Ben. So this is a lot of questions.
Yeah. So they're all in the bed together at the same time. What size bed is this now? Because now we're getting into like, is this like 2 queens pushed together?
Better be the king size bed that like NBA superstars have. You know, the like super ginormous one.
Like
otherwise,
Shaq is like, I have a mattress guy, and then they go to him and they're like, we can make you a bed that's, it's 4x California King.
But see, it starts off, oh, this is a nice story that this is sisters, that they want to do everything together. But not only do they dress in matching outfits, they've also had the same surgery to achieve their look.
No.
They eat exactly the same number of calories as each other every day and exercise for the same length of time. On top of that, they go to the toilet at the same time, share a partner, and refuse to be more than a few feet from one another.
They've built a prison for themselves. And even though they seem to be happy, my goodness, what a life.
So you think they're not happy?
Oh, no, they might be totally happy in their fantasy. But I mean, could you imagine being the guy who has to endure that? I mean, he gets twins, so he's living out every guy's fantasy or most guys' fantasies. But at the same time,
has there been a poll to see if this is actually a fantasy of most men?
Well, it's joked about in just about every single TV show. So I'm just going to assume that it is.
Okay.
But I mean, think about his life. Yeah, guys, I'm making a lot of generalizations here. Okay. Don't try to narrow it down. Either way, he has to deal with this. Imagine, and like you said, drama probably exists the minute one of them deviates from their identical plans.
Yeah.
So if one has to poo before the other, and the other one has to hold the poo until the other one has to
wait
go.
for me. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's always drama that when things fall out of sync.
So what are they doing? Are they just like what's that thing called where you sit on the swing and then somebody straddles you and sits on the swing? Is that what they do on the toilet to go poop? They spider each other to go poop at the same time, or they have two toilets facing each other?
I bet they have two toilets.
Facing or side by side?
I don't
think
they're
side by side, so they can hold hands.
Yeah, there's no mention if they have two toilets in the same room.
But then how would you know if you were identically...
I'm going to the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. Maybe they live in somewhere where they can get to a public restroom, Danny. Maybe they have stalls.
Nightmare. This is a nightmare. This sounds like a reality TV show. I don't know why it's not one.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're angling for.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're mocking this story, but a new study out of Switzerland says that it looks like that the way to find long-term happiness, Danny, do you have a guess?
Have an identical twin that you share everything with.
No, not exactly.
Well, it's I'm looking at the article, and I had seen this article earlier this week.
Yes.
So I already know the answer.
Should I keep guessing?
Keep guessing.
Get your hands on a scrotum frog and never let go.
I mean, kind of.
That's part of it.
Happiness.
We talked about spontaneity. Remember 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's an ingredient.
So that's an ingredient. Escroto is an ingredient. And not having an identical twin has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but basically, no, the study says no self-control, and the article describes it as hedonism. That is the key to living a happier life.
So just go full tilt all the time, everywhere you go.
Yeah, seek pleasure and self-indulgence.
I think that might be true up to a point until you find yourself,
like 24 hours
trying to earn some money to get your next hit from the, lowly truckers.
I think that's good
pursue short-term pleasure.
Yeah, for a 24-hour. So everybody who was polled here had only been living this lifestyle for less than 24 hours.
How's it working for you? Great.
Yeah, it's going great. We're having so much fun in Vegas. We just touched down a few hours ago, and we're just living. Yeah. And also remember, I think anybody who's taken time to take a poll probably isn't living their best life already. So what is going on? Yeah.
So the study is out of the University of Zurich. Basically said hedonism leads to happiness. Now, I think that I've looked at hedonism as not quite just no self-control.
A religion?
No. That was not what I thought. That was more like Sex Island.
This is in line with the spontaneity. Reading more of this study, it sounds like it's acts of spontaneity occasionally can bring happiness. That's kind of exactly what this is saying. Like those moments of like just letting yourself go are good for release, but then you need to come back to a life of self-control in order to make sure everything doesn't fall apart and you don't end up a lot lizard.
Yeah. Spontaneity is the spice of life in spice quantities. You're not going to just like put a bunch of spice in your mouth without flavoring it up, peppering it on whatever you're eating, right?
You
Yeah,
want
and
to
then-
taste it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not saying that life should be a 24/7 glue orgy.
Glue.
Hit the glue, hit the orgy.
Is it glue,
know,
orgy?
That that'd be an interesting.
Or are you going to an orgy that involves glue?
No, you're hitting the glue before you go.
Okay.
You're
You're sniffing the glue and then hitting the orgy.
Yeah, so that this, a lot of those feelings that probably well up during an orgy can be kept at bay. The feelings of regret,
Yeah.
sadness. So I don't think that's what it's saying. I think like it seriously is just a new take on the spontaneity. You need to have moments where you do something kind of, crazy, but then try and bring it back. Now, this is great for most people who can do that. Unfortunately, pushing this on some people will lead to a life of actual spinning out of control, because once they get that first hit of hedonism, they can't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The study does not share, or at least the reporting on the study does not share just how many people they talked to about this study.
Oh, one guy. And he, he lived like this for a number of years before hitting rock bottom and then changing his whole life and living a very structured lifestyle that he is now very happy with.
Mhm.
And that's why he says that, because without him hitting rock bottom, he never would now have the life he created for himself.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know if that's true, but it could be.
We'll see.
So
Was
yeah,
it you, Tyson?
It wasn't me. I have never hit rock bottom that I know of.
Not yet. Yeah.
No, it'll be a hot
So far,
rock
so
bottom for
good.
you in Arizona.
Very hot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Too hot for a lot of things to even survive it.
Okay. Now, Tyson is famously not an Apple guy. Danny more so an Apple guy.
Danny
Danny,
loves Apple.
are you going to be getting the new, not yet unveiled Apple Glass?
Never
which-
before invented style of technology.
Yes.
Yeah, this isn't real. This is a concept. They're calling it concept footage. And by the way, these glasses would be awesome because they could double for racquetball glasses in case I
Mhm.
wanted to take up that sport as I get older.
Yeah, they're not very stylish.
Not at all. I mean, they have a cool screen. I wish these were real. I don't have to take my phone out. I probably still would take my phone out 2,000 times a day.
All the time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like even with the glasses, I still have to caress that cold glass with my fingers
Or
at least
tongue.
2,000 times.
Mhm.
You're more of a tongue guy. That's your moment of hedonism. Every time you lick your phone, that's living your life. But I would wear glasses. I wear glasses all the time.
Yeah, but
So,
Google
yeah.
Glass already did this like 10 years ago.
Didn't
But
really
they didn't-
catch on.
Yeah, and they
That's what
didn't
I'm
do a
saying.
wide release. It was kept to just a small.
I
number
had
of
a pair of
people.
them for a while.
Yeah. How did it go?
Well, I mean, the styles are so limited that it's like, really, everybody knows you're wearing them. And
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that you're wearing them when you're like swiping and tapping and looking at stuff. I think that there's some applications for it, but I think day-to-day living, it's going to be a while till we see something that
Guys,
that really takes off.
I want this for one reason and one reason only.
Pornography.
Danny, the family podcast. We do
No,
not want to
No,
hear.
guys, you guys aren't
No.
listening. No, that's not
What?
where I'm going with this.
Broadcast News AF from anywhere.
I mean, yeah, sure. But what I really want it for is with all this face scanning technology and all, I want to be able to
Remember
look at a
everybody's
person and for my glasses to scan their face and to tell me who it is I'm talking to. Because most of the day, I don't know who it is I'm talking to. If I had glasses that would identify the person, pull up their Facebook profile, I'd have everything at my disposal to have a pleasant conversation.
Wow.
And people wouldn't walk away from conversations with me thinking I was a jerk, or I'd be less of a jerk as they walked away. That's what I want it for. That's the future I'm looking forward to.
So you're saying that if you knew people's Facebook profile information
Or just
in
their name.
general,
Just their name.
I feel like maybe
You'd
that would
start
help you.
there, but then you'd be going to like their Google results and then be looking at their. Oh man, I can't believe they tweeted that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
and-
fine. But first, just show me their name.
Mhm.
I just want to know people's names when they're talking to me because I feel like an idiot not knowing theirs when they know mine.
Why don't you remember people's names?
Oh, That's a lot of work. I only take the time to remember maybe.
I think
10
the
to 15
attitude,
people's
that
names.
attitude itself is more the problem than not remembering.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, but the glasses will make my life so much easier.
No, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to have somebody sneak up behind you, yank the glasses off your head, and be like, "Now tell me my name." And you're gonna be like, and then it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, that could happen. That would be embarrassing. But
Mhm.
for 99% of the interactions I have, it will be helpful
Mhm.
to just see their name and be like, "Oh, what's up, Jim? Cool. How's your 5-year-old doing?"
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what people talk about, but I still would like to know their name at the very least. That's all I'm
Okay.
asking for. So yes, I would wear these if that technology existed.
What if the technology in them could show you when and how you would die, but you were not allowed to change that, or you would die a horribly painful death, like the Cyclops in Kroll?
Do you think that they should call this the Apple iClops?
That would be cool.
Yeah. Should it
I
just be
would.
one eye? Should it be like
Yeah.
you convert your two eyes of vision into put it on
Into
one eye?
one big eye. Mind's eye.
Gonna handshake people and miss. Yeah.
Just
Like,
barely.
he's
I
wearing
mean,
iClops. That's why he can't
Yeah,
shake your
it's-
hand.
his perception is a little off because of the
Mhm.
Cyclops, but his mind's eye is completely open.
So shaking hands would become a problem, but you
It'd
don't
be
shake hands
impossible.
anymore
Hey,
anyway.
it's already a
Yeah.
problem, Danny.
Yeah,
Yep.
elbow bumping would be a problem.
Mhm.
All of it. Yeah. But you'd eventually get to where you could probably be proficient at it, like the actor in I mean,
Kroll.
how many takes did that handshake probably take before he got it? Kind of.
30 to 40 takes.
Yeah.
At least.
Do the handshake again. I
That's
can't
as good
see
as
in
we're
this
gonna get.
mask.
All right.
Yeah. Next.
Cut. Yeah.
Oh man.
All
Well, I'm excited for you to get these, Danny, and give them a test run.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll wear them.
Okay.
Why not?
You have
Right.
to wear them. You can't go without them. Even they track your sleeping habits and everything, so you have to wear the glasses to bed and stuff too.
Yeah, I can't even wear my watch. I am curious how much I sleep. I feel like it's not
You
very
can't
much.
wear your watch to
but
bed?
I can't wear my watch when I go to bed. It's just like
Why?
it feels too restrictive.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Liz won't let you because she wants you completely naked.
No, it feels. I don't know. I don't like it when I sleep.
Okay.
But I'm curious. But so I won't wear these, Tyson, when I sleep, unless they have night vision. That'd be cool. Some night vision
I
glasses.
mean, I think that taps into your mind's eye, so it has even stronger than that,
Mhm.
right? Better than night vision, where you're just like
Yeah.
completely aware of all of your surroundings all the time.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think
Yeah.
it could also DVR your dreams, Danny.
Ooh, that would be okay. Now we've loaded it with as many imaginary things as the concept of video.
But then it automatically uploads
Uh-huh.
those streams to your Facebook profile. But good thing it doesn't tag it as your birthday, so nobody will see it.
Yeah. That's the safest place to keep all your important information on your Facebook wall.
Yeah, because nobody sees that.
Nobody sees it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, are you ready to plant some seeds in the bolt hole today?
I am.
All right.
I am.
Here we go. All right. Here comes Danny Bryson and the bolt hole. Almost played the wrong song. Gotta make sure I don't do that.
How dare you?
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. A nocturnal.
Yes.
Do.
Good.
I'm going UFO today.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, a lot of UFO news, Danny.
That's right. New York Times came out with 2 articles. The Gray Lady, which gives it some credibility. I mean, the Pentagon kind of released some information that gave it credibility when referring to the Tic Tacs that are zipping around carrier groups. But the stuff that came out recently, I think yesterday or the day before, is that some inside Pentagon sources, of course, not willing to be named. And this is the whole problem with the UFO debate, is that there's so much, there's it's hard to know what's real, hard to know who's telling the truth, hard to know what this article, who their sources are. But they claim and this is a claim being made in the New York Times, that we have recovered a crashed vehicle, is the claim in the most recent article. I mean, we all said that if it came down to it, we would agree most likely that UFOs do exist, right?
Yes.
Isn't that what we said
Yep.
a couple episodes ago? It was embarrassing to say that out loud and, in a format where it's recorded.
Why was it embarrassing?
Yeah.
But I don't know, because there's such a stigma attached to this. Every time I bring up the subject, I think about that. The government, if something did crash, and they're not saying Roswell, but let's just imagine something did crash in Roswell. The government has done such a good job of sticking people with the label crazy if they believe in this stuff, that it's like still not, it still has, even though you see it now showing up in the New York Times and other places about the Tic Tacs and other things, it still hasn't gained much credibility.
I mean, right. But there's real like news about recovered vehicles not from this world, right?
Yeah. So in the New York Times article, they show
like this isn't a rumor.
But until we see hard evidence, it's hard. It's just so difficult.
Doubting
to believe some of
Danny.
these things.
What do you need to see?
I would like to see the material. I would like to see the crash. I would like to storm Area 51 and hold the broken spaceship in my hands. Because until then, it feels just not
I wouldn't
right.
touch it. Yeah.
I stared at so many, whenever I'd go in and buy candy, I would stare at the Inquirer there on the newsstands and just laugh at all the stupid things about Elvis and crashed UFOs and how dumb the people were that bought those newspapers. And it's just hard to shake that whole vibe that I've had my whole life, even when you start to see these things become more common and reported. So they have in this New York Times article, supposedly a slide used in meetings with Pentagon people. So this is a slide being passed around the Pentagon, and it talks about threats, including off-world threats, and talks. I mean, it's a lot to take in. It's weird. The other weird thing about this, about all of this news, is that it doesn't take up more of people's time and attention. Like any other time, this would be amazing news, but it's not out there. Like looking for articles concerning this stuff, it's kind of not in the front of everybody's minds for many reasons.
That's why they're putting it out now, Danny.
Right? And that's the problem, is you start to think like that, and the whole UFO stigma, crazy people talking about crazy stuff comes back up, and the government conspiracies.
Nobody has time to process this news.
It's a giant confusing soup, and you feel like lots of people are stirring it and feeding it to us. And it's just so hard to know what to believe. I do feel like it's possible. Maybe this will be the final 2020 surprise. We unveil something super credible concerning either crashed spacecraft or the knowledge of these things flying around.
No, we don't think it's the aliens sending us these seeds, Tyson, right?
So you're saying that the seeds are coming from a different planet? We have to plant those, dude. And we have to at least try, if there's a chance that they could be different planets.
No, don't, because it's probably meant to terraform our planet to meet their biological needs. So I would not plant any of those seeds, because it's going to like suck all the oxygen out, put out more like, I don't know, whatever they need.
Methane.
Methane, more
and they
methane.
might just be doing that to get good reviews on their planet for Travel Advisor, or their planet might have like really crappy ratings.
It's true. So
It will be interesting to see if Zuckerberg is working with the aliens. I mean, he did that sunscreen thing.
He might be one.
He controls a lot of information about a lot of people. Maybe it's like he's sucking up information and feeding it to the mothership so that they can learn as much as they can about this species. I mean, Facebook would be embarrassing if they learned everything they knew about humans from Facebook. I don't know what would be a good pipeline, for aliens to learn stuff about us, but Facebook's not the one. And like we saw, last week or the week before with
TikTok,
all that,
maybe.
Yeah, that's more positive. Like that these things love to dance and have fun.
Yeah.
But Zuckerberg could be working with these.
A lot of privacy concerns about TikTok. The aliens could be learning everything about us on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program is the the program where they brief members of the Pentagon.
Send it
and I
all
think
to
Congress.
Arizona.
Yes, where we can contain it
Yeah.
in the heat.
Is
And
that
we
what
know
happened at Roswell, Tyson? Were they trying to transplant all the seeds to Arizona to bury them, and they ended up crashing in Roswell?
Which is in New Mexico.
Yeah,
Yeah, as they
it
flew
was on the
over.
way. Yeah,
Yeah, it could have. I mean, but New Mexico is in and of itself probably a pretty harsh environment as well. Not
yeah.
Arizona status for sure.
Let me
But-
just say this about aliens.
Yes.
One last thing. Aliens or advanced aerospace vehicles, as they call them in this article.
Yes.
I just, the one thing I have a hard time with when it comes to this article, what are the odds that you can travel through space and you can navigate your way through giant, distances filled with, harmful radiation,
Mm-hmm.
asteroids, comets, gravitational pull from large, planets, and then you get to Earth and you crash. Like, I just don't see that happening. How are you building a spaceship that can do all that, but you get to Earth and you're like, oh my gosh, the ailerons aren't working. We didn't know there'd be an atmosphere. Bam. There's so much. I just don't see how that. I can't imagine a situation in which that happens.
It's a good point.
I mean, maybe it was some kind of refuge ship that shot off of the mothership, didn't have a lot of the steering capabilities. They were trying to escape a threat from, Zuckerberg's people.
Yeah.
And it just crashed. Zuckerberg's here trying to find the broken spaceship and recover the pieces in the messages.
So Danny, I have seen in a lot of movies, E.T. for one. E.T. goes into the refrigerator at Elliot's house. It was just like, oh, let me try this. Try this. Oh, here's a beer. Cracks it open. E.T.'s wasted. Doesn't know what he's doing. Can't work his powers. Is it possible that maybe the aliens came here, experimented with, oh, what's this?
Oh, got drunk.
Miller Lite? Okay, sure. Well, let's try this. Yeah.
Well,
We
they
don't
went
have
to
this on
New
our
Mexico, got
Yeah.
wasted,
Okay.
tried to take off,
Yeah.
crashed. That would actually make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
That's not a bad explanation for what happened.
They were fine getting here, and then they started hitting all the tourist spots, and then all of a sudden, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
No, okay. There are scenarios in which I could see aliens crashing. Definitely the inebriated one is top of the list.
Yeah. Okay. And they had to change the laws for the aliens.
I mean, escape pods don't have any steering capability either. They just
Well, that's what I
shoot
said.
blast off. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said that, but that's also very high
Mhm.
probability. High probability. I'm saying like 99%.
That's what
Mhm.
happened.
Yeah. So
What were they escaping? That's what we should be concerned about.
that is, yeah, man. And I'm excited to see how 2020 plays out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
is it going to get worse?
Only if you think the discovery or the release of information concerning the discovery of UFOs would be worse, then it looks like it's moving in that direction.
Why would that be worse?
I'm just asking
Couldn't it
Tyson. I
unite
don't see
the
that.
humans and as one? Like, look, we're not alone in the universe.
Yeah, I've said this before. I think it will unite some, but I think the fanatics
It'll
will
unite the
cause
fanatics,
problems.
though. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people will be like, sweet, dude. Oh, man, we're all brothers in the galaxy. And then other people will be like, this completely goes against everything I believe. I will destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life has been a lie.
I thought we were the only ones.
Yeah.
My church told me that. No.
Ah, go to Roswell. Then we'll see a real storming of Area 51.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I saw recently somebody had posted that everything was fine until they had to storm Area 51.
What do you mean? Like everything was fine in what
That's
way?
when it started coming.
Yeah.
That
Things,
was the
things
catalyst.
really, you could take a look. That things really took a nosedive post storming Area 51.
So it was a distraction.
Maybe.
That's a good point. Like, there you go. The government's like, dude, release the COVID, release whatever. And then that was to distract us from what those guys were going to find at Area 51 had they stormed it, which was a lot of bullets, probably.
Wow. Man, what can we do and what should we do, Danny, to prepare for? Sounds like the aliens are here and there are going to be more here. Are we going to just like
Well, when they ask you to turn against your fellow humans,
do it?
do it right away.
Okay.
Because eventually you'll just
Yeah.
be tortured and end up doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like do it right away, get into their good graces, and then you'll be resented.
Flip
by the
early.
rest.
Yeah.
Flip
Yeah.
early because
Be a
you're going to
turncoat.
break.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're going to break anyway when they start to put you in those anti-gravity torture chambers. So just do it right away.
Is that
Get a
worse to be
cushy
tortured in
position.
anti-gravity?
Probably.
The gravity would help the torture.
Well, okay, maybe just turn on gravity super strong, then no gravity,
Mhm.
and then they turn it on super strong, and then
they turn up the gravity on you.
Yeah, there you go. So that would be my advice, Tyson. Turn early, get a nice management position within the alien bureaucracy, and just live out the rest of your days traveling through the stars.
Just being okay. I think I can do that.
Okay. Kind of down note to end on, but good advice as always from Danny Bryson and the Bolt Hole. Danny, what else is going on for you?
Oh, well, Tyson, it's 101 here, or it's going to be. I was curious throughout the podcast. We talked about destroying seed. What's the temperature going to be there for you this week?
Today, it will be 110.
Oh my gosh. All right. And then does it warm up at all?
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, it'll be 113. And then it cools off quite a bit. It goes down to 109 and stays there for a handful of days before dropping all the way down to 107 by next weekend.
Wow. Okay.
If your air conditioning goes out, I mean, the result is death.
Game over,
right?
Yeah. You just
Game
have
over.
to. Yeah, you just
live in your
slip
car
into that sweet slumber.
Mhm.
What? I mean, 107. You kind of need a jacket because it's a really dry heat out here, Daniel.
Yeah, that's so dry.
So it's like.
I hope you're hydrating while you're pickleballing.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But my kidneys do hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing going through them for them to filter. They're just dried up, shriveled raisins on.
But by the time the water that I drank actually gets to them, it's just hard minerals because the water's totally evaporated, and I feel it just escaping out of my nose and mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. By the way, Tyson, is tonight game night?
Tonight is game night. Yes.
Yes.
Tonight is game night.
What game are you guys going to play?
The game that we are going to play is Guest Espionage.
Guest Espionage. Okay.
It's pretty cool. So, it's what it is it's kind of like do you remember the show Family Feud? It's still airing, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Guest Espionage does a poll, and then you have to guess over under on the whatever the statement is. So it's a little bit like that, but not really. So it's like it gives you a fact based on the population or the people who answered the question, and then you have to guess what percentage of the people polled gave that answer, type of thing. So we're airing tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. It's free. It's me and Boston Rob and our host, Jeff Platt. And we play 2 games. And the best part is, if it's me and Rob in the games, but there's 6 more seats available for people who are watching, they can type the code in and play along with us.
Cool.
So
Boom.
it's pretty awesome.
Okay. All right. Check that out on Wednesday night with Tyson and Boston Rob. It's not me. Somebody was asking like, "Hey, when's your game night with Tyson?" Boston Rob, not the Rob that sucks. Okay.
Both Robs are great, in my opinion.
Yes, in Tyson's opinion. Okay. All right. Anything else, Tyson or Danny?
I will be in Branson, Missouri this weekend.
What?
Oh, yeah, exciting. Gonna go see some shows.
Pickleball tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be at the convention center all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come see me. Come cheer me on if you're in the area somewhere. Obviously, bring proper safety equipment, and safety measures are being taken with masks, etc. And but I'll be there. I'll be playing pickleball. I'll be saying hello to everybody, and the more the merrier. So come cheer me on and scream super loud for me, because that will probably help my pickleball game.
Okay. All right. Danny, any adventures coming up?
Trying. Maybe an adventure or two this week. It's always hard to tell. I don't know until like seriously 6 hours before I leave. So we'll see. Lots of adventures.
All right. Well, great stuff. We'll be back with our first News AF in August coming up next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.